pears and tomato. I want to have chocolate and jam in my sandwich.
Chocolate and jam are very sugary. Maybe you could make a healthier choice.
Well, if I can't have chocolate and jam, then I'm not hungry.
It is perfectly normal for children to go through periods where they refuse to eat certain foods or try new tastes. For some children, this happens in intermittent phases, and for other children, this might last for a longer, continuous period of time. The important thing to remember is that as long as they are gaining the right amount of weight, growing well, seem well in themselves, and are getting some of the 4 main food groups, then you don't need to worry too much. Picky eating can happen for lots of different reasons. Children's tastes change a lot at this age. They might hate something one month and love it the next. Eating meals with your child and showing curiosity and pleasure in trying new foods so they can copy you is a helpful way for them to learn good eating habits. And remember not to force them to eat food they don't want. Just like sharing, we want to encourage them to try new things whilst also respecting their choices. I know it can be really frustrating, but try to remain calm, remove the food, and try again another time. It's also a good idea to try to not use food as a reward. Otherwise, children begin to see sweets and ice cream as good and vegetables and fruit as bad. Making mealtimes more fun can also encourage children to think differently about foods, just like Embers and Coco do in the episode about making a fruit salad. There are some ideas below that might help. For other children, the texture and consistency of food can be a particular barrier to eating. The feeling of the food can remove all the enjoyment of that food and make them anxious about trying new foods. Hypersensitivity to food texture is particularly common for children who are neurodivergent. Knowing the types and textures of food your child likes and making sure this is carefully communicated to the people who support your child is important. And if the texture is wrong today, try not to get frustrated and simply remove the food and try again. It may take some experimenting to get the right types of textures. Raw carrots over boiled carrots, or fried rice over boiled. But experimenting can also be fun. What your child eats is also sometimes more important than how they eat. If smaller, more regular meals are easier, then start there and build up to a bigger meal. Or maybe a food separator plate as an exciting way for your child to try a new food each mealtime without worrying about food groups mixing. If you're ever worried that your child is losing weight or not getting the right amount of nutrients, then speak to your GP who can help.